Y'all, they put the window down. Oh, y'all. He got a knife. That man got a knife. They gonna shoot him. No, we got to wait. We got to wait. No, but he got a fucking knife. Get on the ground. They tasing him. He not even doing nothing. He gonna stab. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. They just shot this man. They literally just killed this man in front of me. Oh my fucking God. But he had a knife though, y'all. They know, but for real, why would y'all shoot that man like?
And I rise up, I rise like the day, I rise up.
What up, y'all? Welcome to Vent and Vibe. Today's show is going to be about what happened last night in Lafayette, Louisiana. So I had a couple of people send me the video to my inbox. And all the viewers that's on here, if you don't know me, I'm from Louisiana. So that shit hit me to my core. So the thing that really pissed me off about that video is the police was following this dude for a hot little minute. And it's just crazy the fact that they didn't shoot to disable this man. They automatically shoot to kill, not to disable. You know what I mean? So that part really pissed me off. What's your thoughts on that, Fred? Because that shit got me hot.
You sent me the video last night, and it kind of, it was really fucked up. Like, it was fucked up. There's no other way I can say it. I think the sad part is there's so many videos like that. It's happening so much that, unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people are being desensitized. And
right, that's true.
So it's just like, oh, there go another killing, but.
Yeah, and it, like after a while, people kind of, you keep seeing it happen over and over and over again. So people kind of like, that's kind of like a PTSD. You kind of get PTSD. You keep seeing the shit happening over and over again till now it's like you get riled up about it and then you kind of flatline after a while. And then you get riled up again and then you flatline after a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like when I see videos like that, like it was like a gang of police officers and one black dude, it kind of puts me in the mindset of how white guys, they go hunting, it's hunting season and they find him a little deer and they track that deer down and they kill it.
Yeah, but another thing is you got to know that police originally is made to hunt slaves. So like you got to keep that in mind. That's why police was made, to do that specific thing.
Yeah, it was called slave patrols. And it was pretty much came around in the 1970s in South Carolina, and it was a group of vigilante, majority white guy vigilantes, and their jobs were to go capture slaves and bring them back. And they had the ability to go into people's homes, go wherever and capture slaves, and that's kind of where the first policing came from. Is from slave patrols and stuff like that. And
I just feel like, why the fuck you shoot to kill? When the thing that's most disturbing to me is you have white guys, we done all seen videos of white guys waving guns and knives and all that shit like that or whatever, and they get nothing. They get to go home or jail, wherever they go for a little while, but they're alive. The point is they still breathing and living. You understand what I'm saying? But they actually see a black man with a knife or whatever he had. Allegedly, he had a knife. You know what I'm saying? But you shoot this man down like a damn dog. Shoot him down like a dog. That's the part that really pissed me off or whatever. Like, why not? Okay, they tried to tease him. That didn't work. But why not shoot to disable him? Shoot him in the leg or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that really pissed me off is because black people so fucking brainwashed. Like, on Facebook, some lady said that, oh, well, he had a knife. He was going into the store. Lady, look, let me tell you something. Black people so fucking brainwashed, it's so disgusting. Yeah, he had a knife. Let's just say, okay, if he was going into the store, shoot to disable him, not shoot to kill him. that's excessive as fuck. That's a bit excessive. You cannot excuse that. You know what I'm saying? You cannot excuse you shooting somebody 10 fucking times and he was walking and wasn't even like a threat to them. It's not like he was running up on them trying to stab them. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even a threat. So shoot to disable him though.
But
like, come on.
I think in America, if we haven't learned anything else up until this point, a black man is a threat. Just being a black man, that's without a weapon, without anything. A black man is a threat to the fabric and what America was built on. The black man to me is the most disrespected human being on earth. And, you know, when you see police officers murdering black men in cold blood, not caring, all that is to keep all the other black people in line. It's like you will see, you know what I'm saying, black dudes would be hard with each other. But when a white dude come around, we ain't hard. You know, we'll bow down to a white dude. But then when it's black on black, you know, we on some rah-rah shit. But that's mental programming. Really, we should be on a rah-rah. If black men would stick together and be on the rah-rah shit with the white folks,
half of this shit wouldn't even go down.
It wouldn't go down. And I think it's just so many levels to this. And the thing is, this has been going on forever. But we can be mad, we can do talk shows, we can do whatever. But what's the solution?
Right, what's next? I totally agree or whatever, but this is like something, you know, it's like a stepping stone to, you know, because right now, like, I'm upset about that. And I got friends, you know what I'm saying? That's why I started a group called Black Women Fighting for Black Men. Because we need black men to know that we love them, we got their back, we won't ever leave them, and we in this fight with y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know black men have to have PTSD. Like, they have to feel some type of way. For real, though, like, all jokes aside, like, they gotta feel some type of way. Keep seeing, like, you know, black men getting gunned down every day. It could be them next. You know, they gotta be thinking in their mind, shit, that could be me next. You know what I'm saying?
But, like what you said, and the media would tell black men that black women don't fuck with us. You know,
I love me a black man.
You know, so when you see all of this in a black media, you know, even as a black man, sometimes we're like, damn, these sisters just don't fuck with us. And what they do is they always put out narratives where black men and black women are at each other's necks. And you really never see where black women are saying, yes, we support our men, we love our men. And as a black man, I love black women. Like, I love, you know, I love black women. But it's just like those images, and that has to be put out there. You know, for another show, we're going to talk about the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. And why that's a big deal? Because it's black woman versus black man, even though the situation was fucked up. But, you know what I'm saying? Those type of images will always keep black men and black women at each other's necks. Whereas the stories where a black man and a black woman came together, all right, like maybe Papoose and Remy Ma.
Yeah, that's
a story.
Example.
That's the example should be pushed.
Right.
But
strong black love, a strong black couple, ride or die, they in it together. I totally understand what you're saying.
So when you got images of police killing black men in the streets, right? You got images of a black man and a black woman fighting each other. You got so many images.
It's to divide us.
It's to divide us.
Brainwash us. I totally agree.
So then if we divide it, then we have situations where Amber Geiger could go in a black dude's house, kill him, then his family members hugging her and forgiving her.
That's a whole nother show.
After the fact. But that's brainwashing. Now, if you look at America, white America, they never forgive nobody. White America says, you knock down our buildings for 9/11, we going to war.
Right. But hold tight though. White America is the same people that tell us don't use violence. Oh, why y'all looting? Why y'all doing all this? But everything you done was built on violence. You know, slaves, they killed everything you done was built on violence, and you tell us, oh, don't be peaceful, have a peaceful protest, don't be violent, but everything you done was from violence.
Right.
That's some brainwash shit.
Yeah, but that's the deal. We go for the non-violence, and every time we go for the non-violence, they make sure they meet us with violence.
Right.
And we go for it. God bless the dead. But John Lewis took an ass beating, and he was able to be a hero because he let white people beat his ass on that Edmonds Pettus Bridge, and that's what he's known for. But he wouldn't have been a hero if when they busted him over the head, he'd have shot one of them, or he'd have fought them back. He wouldn't have been a hero.
Right, he would have been a thug.
You know,
allegedly, how they say.
or he would have been dead like Malcolm X.
Facts. You're right.
So I think at some point we have to meet fire with fire, and
see, that's not what black people is ready for. Black people want to be peaceful. They just want to have a peaceful life, go about their business. But we are not in those times. Right now, we are not in those times. You got to know that you want peace, you're going to have to fight for it. Because it's not going to come to you like that no more. It's a whole nother, it's a new dawn and a new day. It's just not going to happen like that. And the thing that really made me upset with the Lafayette situation is one of my friends was telling me that she passed by the store, and the store where the dude got shot at was open today. Like, it's still open right now, like ain't shit happened last night. Like, ain't nothing happened. The crazy part about it is, me, I would not shop at that store ever again. Because if you feel like the next morning you gonna open up that store like ain't shit happened, you don't give a fuck about black people's lives at all. And that's a problem.
Oh, so you saying the store should have closed if for no other reason than just show respect to the brother that was killed?
Absolutely.
Okay, I can see
Stand for something or you gonna fall for anything. I would not support that store, and I don't give a shit if it's black owned. I don't care who own it, because you gotta know somebody just got gunned down. If I was a business owner, if that was my store, somebody just got gunned down last night in front of my store, I would not open that store. I would have a ribbon outside or something to show the people of that community that, you know, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, we should have a moment of silence for this person. No matter what he done, that man did not deserve to get gunned the fuck down like a dog at all.
But what the police understand is there's no consequences. There are no consequences for doing that. Now, let's just say that the police are in the hood, right? They do something like that. But let's just say the hood had their own patrol. That the police
like
wasn't.
the Black Panther, when they used to police their own neighborhoods.
And so the police would think twice, like, yo, you know, if we go in there, it's gonna be a problem.
Right, and that's what we need. We need somebody to police the police. You know what I'm saying? Like the Black Panthers used to do. They used to protect their neighborhoods. You can't do that shit up in here. No, not at all.
Yeah, like they used to have the Deacons of Defense and Justice. Back in the day. But I think we're just so afraid of the backlash. But I will say this younger generation, I think they got more heart. I think they got heart just watching them from Ferguson up until now. Like, they're not going with the old trends.
Right.
You know, so I feel like when the younger generation now, they will probably get shit popping.
Right. Let me tell you this. I went to a protest in Philly, and it's so crazy because I was standing next to an older lady. This lady had to be about 80-something years old, maybe like she was late 80s. And she stood by me and she told me, she said, you know what? She said, I'm so glad you came here because we are so tired. She said, we are tired and we need you young people to carry this. We need you to carry this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, like, you have no idea, you know, how that feel for an older person to speak to you like that in that way or whatever. So it touched me in a kind of way, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad I came. Like, I'm glad I am here right now. You know what I mean?
Yes, because I think we're at a time now where we have to transition from turn the other cheek. We shall overcome.
Oh, you're right.
You know, those days.
Yeah, that shit don't work. That was back in the days. Like, this is a whole new time. You can't do that shit shit no more. Somebody slap you, you gonna turn the other cheek.
Yeah.
No sir,
Yeah,
no ma'am.
We've been turning other cheeks in slavery
For too long, and ain't shit been happening.
You know, even when you watch videos like that, you know, it takes me back to slavery when they would say they would castrate black men in front of their families to make sure that they look weak in front of their wife. You know, they would hang black men in front of their families just to mentally let the black people know that we have the upper hand. And that's been going on up until now. Just like they had public lynchings, that's what we saw in that video, of public lynching. All the black people that was in the neighborhood, why they didn't come out and overtake the cops? Instead, they watched.
Well, I think is the highest level of brainwashing, because one thing about it is they do this shit over and over and over again because they know that we ain't doing shit. We get riled up, like I said before, we get riled up, then we flatline, go back to our regular life, get riled up again, then flatline again. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really going forward. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just get pissed off and then it fade away. So you gotta keep pushing forward. You just can't let it end. You understand what I'm saying?
And I the only thing I can see that really makes it go crazy, if that was to happen to a celebrity, like a celebrity, a black celebrity that everybody loved, and a cop killer, then shit'll go sideways because we idolize celebrities. We idolize celebrities. But when it just...
But why I gotta be a celebrity though? That's really sad though, because why I gotta be a celebrity?
Because
for you to care though.
If you look at that video, that was just a dude from the hood.
Right.
Unfortunately, if you just a dude from the hood, even though, like...
But you know what though? Check this out. I don't want to cut you off, but you know that's what I do from time to time.
Oh, it's okay.
But no, so George Floyd, he wasn't a celebrity. And motherfuckers was pissed off about it. And I'm going to tell you why people were so pissed off about it. Because when George Floyd said mama, every mother in America, whether you white, black, Mexican, Asian, we heard that because we are child bearers. We bear these men and these women. So, you know, we feel some type of way. So black mothers for sure was pissed. Because he a grown ass man, but I'm like, that could be my son. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I think it hit so many people so hard, and mainly women though. Like it really messed women up.
Yeah, that George Floyd situation is real tricky though. But I do understand what you're saying. And it's unfortunate that happened to that brother. You know, and it's just, we keep seeing this happen over and over again. And I think at some point it's going to get ugly. Like it can't. And I sometimes feel like they're pushing just to see what we gonna do. It's almost like a dude that beats his girlfriend all the time, and she'll get mad. She'll go stay at her mama's house, but then she'll always come back and cook dinner and love him. And that's how black people have been since slavery.
Right, but I'm telling you, it's like a pot boiling over. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's about to peak. Like it's just happening too often, and people are so tired. When I tell you, I'm so exhausted. Like I'm so frustrated. I'm so tired of seeing the same. I'm just over it. Like I'm just so tired or whatever. And I know so many other people feel that way. Like we tired of seeing this shit. Enough is enough. Like this, it's enough.
Enough is enough, but as long as our mega preachers and as long as our, people that have the ear of the majority of black people preach forgiveness, preach turn the other cheek, preach let God handle it after we all dead or whatever, then it's just gonna keep happening.
Right.
It's, to me, I always say, like, what if Bishop Jakes got up one Sunday and said, you know what, we all leaving this church and we gonna overtake something. I don't know what, overtake something. He probably got 6,000-7,000 members. Probably more than that. And then he's only one mega preacher. But you got black mega churches all over Dallas-Fort Worth. If them mega preachers came together and started a movement, it couldn't be stopped. But it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, most preachers is about that paper. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it real, but that's a whole nother subject.
So we have the community, we have the base to start a movement, but the people on top that people follow, they don't have the nuts.
I just feel like it's cool to start a movement, but now, you know, actions speak louder than words. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's where we at now.
But, you know, like I always say, the mega churches own the black community for the most part. And in each mega church, you probably got 7,000, 8,000 people. They can start a police force within a church.
Well, I don't know nothing about that because I don't go to church, but I do love the Lord. I'm spiritual, not.
But it's just a mass. It's just a mass area where a lot of black people come together.
No, I get it.
And you can start it right then. It's crazy. It's so many things that can happen out of the black church that the black community can benefit from, but it'll never happen. I think like when we all come together to march and we loot and whatever, that comes from a good place. But it's like after we finish that, then we have to organize to do the what's next. And that's the deal. Like after we get done marching, like I don't believe in marching. I'm not ever marching again. But I don't mind being a part of the what's next after y'all get done. Because I think that's the most important. Marching gets people's attention. Now, what's the next phase?
Marching also do get laws changed. Like from marches, a lot of things changed. You know what I'm saying? Like
because of the what's next after the march. Like so after the marches, then you will have people. Some people do organize and they find people within the struggle or whatever to try to get in a political office and stuff like that or whatever. But I feel like it still hasn't made a big enough or substantial change to really stop anything. You look at under Obama, we had him for 8 years. This same stuff we watching now was going on under him. What laws or legislation got put in place to make sure that shit don't happen now? It was none. And we did a lot of marching and stuff then too. I don't have all the answers, but until the police are afraid to come into our communities and kill us, it's not gonna stop.
right. That's true.
So, and it's like, even with the marching, we're gonna have some professional marchers with weapons to show up every time police do something like that. I don't know. And I know like you can't go too far on YouTube because really what I'm thinking, I know I can't say, but at some point the police have to be afraid to come in our neighborhood and kill us. And they're not. And they know their unions on the back end is going to make sure that they probably won't get into any trouble, So it's sad. It's really sad. And I hate,
Right.
I don't even watch
another
those
thing, qualified immunity, that's what protect the police. So the police can do the shit that they do because they're protected by that qualified immunity, which meaning that they don't have to be held accountable. They don't have to uphold the Constitution because of the qualified immunity. So that's a problem. So that damn sure needs to be changed, because police wouldn't do half of the shit they do now. People talk about training, but it ain't really about training. It's about that qualified immunity. They know that they don't have to uphold the Constitution, so they can beat people down and do whatever the hell they want, use whatever kind of force they want, and they're protected by qualified immunity. But at the end of the day, what happened to this man is just out of line, and they took that shit way too far. It was straight overkill, and I'll be praying for his family because I can only imagine, I'm sure by now they know, I can only imagine what they're going through, and it's really sad, and I wish one day that black people could unite and stand together on a lot of things, and hopefully one day that'll happen. You guys, thank y'all for tuning in this Vent and Vibe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe.